The World Stories tent is a significant part of the festival, an opportunity for people to share their experiences. Elizabeth Alexander from Waiheke Island regularly raises money for Camtram, a village in Cambodia.
Until my initial visit, Camtram had only 3 wells for 100 houses in a village that houses approximately between 500 and 600 people. It's been a really interesting journey for me. I have an understanding of how educated and how privileged we are here. They rely a lot on bicycles for transport. 1 bicycle gets 5 children to school. The majority of people in Cambodia are still suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder because of what they have been through. They're indoctrinating their children with fear.
Most refugees have been through various kinds of trauma, so at the very least they're usually quite stressed. Some of them have post-traumatic stress, especially those who've been tortured. A lot of them have depression as well, just they've been through very difficult times. They don't see really from their lives any chance of things getting better, so they've lost hope and their moods just gradually go down over the longer term.
We had all the kids in the schoolyard and we took in sports equipment, we took in tennis balls, and I threw a tennis ball. All the children ran away. You don't throw things at people in Cambodia because the children have heard stories about hand grenades. It took half an hour for us to get them back and get them to play a game of ball with us because it was such a frightening thing for them.
We do try and focus on the strengths and resiliency that they bring with them when they come to New Zealand. Which is why we stress the word survivor in terms of the name of our organisation. So we try and build on the amazing survival and coping and adaptation skills that they bring with them.
Since 1970, the Sri Lankan government has been in conflict with the Tamil Tigers, a political military group trying to fight for an independent homeland in Sri Lanka. The New Zealand Tamil Society are using the cultural festival to raise money for their families back home who have been caught in the most recent clashes.
We are Tamil women organisation. There is a civil war going on in Sri Lanka and we are trying to help our best to the people who are made refuge, internally displaced people.
In our homeland, hundreds of people are dying every day. Some people here who is working here, they lost their family recently, their brothers and sisters, and because there's no free media in that places, so whoever die won't come out. So we try to tell the nations or other countries, say this is what happened in our country, and we try to use these places as our propaganda to say, okay, this is what's happened to our people there.
In Sri Lanka, hundreds of thousands of people have been trapped in combat zones, their lives in peril. Many New Zealand Tamil refugees have taken to the streets of Auckland, desperate to raise awareness about the plight of these innocent civilians.
I came to New Zealand as a refugee because of that civil war there, because of the government. I lost my family and come to New Zealand to save my life. I know a lot of people here in New Zealand who got their own family there and they don't have any contacts there and they're just crying. And we didn't go to work today. Nobody got to school today.
We lost our family last 3 days. We don't know where are they, and please, and really I can't stay home. I am crying this morning. Every time my daughter calling from England, she's crying, and we lost all the families.
Last weekend we heard that 25,000 of our people were killed by the Sri Lankan forces, and what we need is New Zealand government to join with the Western world and ask the Sri Lankan government to stop immediately and save the innocent people.
We're doing it to tell the Kiwi people what's going on in our country, and tons of children are dying. And we're supporting them by doing this.
The degree of multiple loss and sadness that potentially exists for a refugee because of what they've been through is really can't be comprehended.
1987, I am 10 months old, my baby girl, and I'm living the 15 days in the bunker, and I can't control myself for my daughter, too hot, no food, no water. I came here, refugees in 1995 here. I'm happy and peaceful life here, but still I am worried for my families there.
What we see all the time is refugees who are surviving that, who are recovering from that, who are resilient and taking their place. They're just so keen to take opportunities for education for the children, opportunities to work. So it's valuing the freedom that's in our society that has been eroded in their own.
Food represents a great opportunity for former refugees to show their culture, and with 140 stalls, there is plenty to tantalise the taste buds.
This is the tamales, traditional in Colombia, prepared with corn flour, meat, and spices inside. It's very good, salty. And this is quimbolitos, it's sweet pastry. We prepare with this flour, corn flour, and we put sugar, we put dates and sultanas. It's so nice, especially for the Italian people. This festival for us is one big opportunity because we can bring our culture for the Kiwi people. The Kiwi people can know about us. That is very good for us. It's a grand opportunity.
The cultural festival has expanded to include many international groups, some who have come to New Zealand as migrants. Larry Clark is a migrant from Jamaica. He's a regular at the festival and he is showing people how to barbecue Jamaican style.
This is Jamaican jerk pork and the chicken up the top. It's all done the traditional Jamaican way with charcoal and some tea tree to give it the flavour. This is the way we do it in Jamaica. So this is traditional.
How important is it to be sort of here and share this sort of cultural thing?
It's very important. I'm spreading my Jamaican culture around the world. There's a few of us here, and it's good to know that we're welcome here and we're doing our part in it.
Well, we're from the Croatian community, and we from the Croatian Women's League decided we'd come on board and help with our lovely Croatian delicacies.
This is donuts, called donuts in New Zealand, but this is fritula. Proper Croatian name is fritula. And we always do that for weddings, for birthdays, for parties.
And we love to share it with the community, and we love to expose our culture. A lot of these things have been handed down from generation to generation.
We're performing today. We're going to have sing 3 songs. We're going to dance from northern western parts of Croatia, and we've got it's followed by a song that originates from the area of Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Cultural groups are very important to former refugees. The Eritrean community in Auckland meet on a weekly basis. Drinking coffee is an important part of society in Eritrea and something they continue to pursue in New Zealand.
This is the Eritrean traditional coffee. It takes up to an hour to make. It's just basically made for chatting, social life, when you have visitors coming. And you grill it in front of the people, so especially some people, they like the smell. And most of the times when you make coffee, you get people, they come over just suddenly, because in our culture we don't make phone calls, or you don't knock, or you don't say I'm coming this date or this time. You just pop in whenever you come, and you are most welcome.
It's the 9th time for us, and where we are well experienced, and we have many customers, as you can see. They come every year. They smell the coffee and they smell the spicy food and they say, wow, we like your food, guys. It's a wonderful day, and as you can see, this beautiful day. All the people they are all happy and they're all working, together. All we are interested is just to show people what is our food and who we are, We are in New Zealand, we are Kiwi, and at the same time our background is Africans, Eritreans. That's all about.
Well, the feedback from refugees is we just love that day. We feel so proud because who we are is apparent. It's not as if we are hiding our origins. And so even the work that they put in to make the festival happen, it's very hard work within the communities to prepare the food, to practice the dances. They just love it because it gives them a sense of focus and pride in their own ethnicity. Things that refugees contribute often are not visible. The things of resilience and their character and their commitment. But when you see the former refugee communities on display, as it were, just so proud of their dual identity as Kiwi citizens and also as whatever the ethnicity that they've come from, it's so wonderful.
I come here to support the refugee settlements service and the refugee communities. For many years I've attended festival, and I guess the success of this festival it shows that New Zealanders are showing our support to former refugees and the ones to coming in future. It's just such a fun and exciting occasion for everybody to just have a great time. So the whole makeup of New Zealand communities is just a lot more diversity, and it's a lot more fun.
And I guess we wouldn't have dreamed that it would get to the size that it is now. And it's just so satisfying to see that what it gives the opportunity to celebrate is that it's not refugees on arrival, but the refugee communities as they become established and as they contribute to Auckland City.
But ultimately what I like about it is people would now are confident to share their culture, to share the different part, and quite proud of the fact that they're all bicultural.
This program was funded by New Zealand On Air.